Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be explaining variables and data types in Python. I have actually launched my text editor, which is the VS Code that I'm going to be using. You can use your favorite text editor like PyCharm or Sublime Text. So with that being said, let us dive in. We need to understand what variable is and data types. A variable is a memory location where data is stored. Then in Python, we have some basic data types, which are integer type, that is a type of integer. We also have a type of string, that is a type of string. Then we also have a type of float. Let me put it here, floats. Then lastly, we have a type of boolean, which is denoted in this form. That is a boolean type. I'm going to explain all these data types one after the other. An integer here is a whole number that does not have any decimal points. So that is how we can denote a type of an integer in Python. Example, let's say we have 2, comma 3, let's say we have 7, we have 10, we have 34, we have 56. All these are examples of an integer type in Python because they are just whole number. So that is what we need to take note of. Then we are moving to the type of string here. A string is anything that is wrapped inside a quotation mark. Example, let's say we have fish, let's say we have ball, let's say we have pen, then also let's say we have orange. All these are example of a type of string, and the reason is that they are surrounded inside a quotation mark. We have a double quotation mark here. Inside this pen, we have a quotation mark here. Then here, they are being surrounded inside a quotation mark. It can be a double quotation mark or a single quotation mark. So that is how we can denote a type of string in Python. Then we have a type of float here. A float is any number that has a decimal point. Example, let's say we have 3.7, let's say we have 6.9, let's say we have 10.5. All these are example of a float type in Python because they have a decimal point. Then we can move to the type of boolean here. A boolean is either a true or false value. We have true, then also we have false. We have false. So a boolean is either a true or false value. So that is how we can denote a type of boolean in Python. So we need to take notes of these four basic data types in Python. Then we can move ahead and discuss about variables. A variable is a memory location where we can store our data. Let's take for example, let's say we want to store our first name. I can simply say first name is equals to Akim. What I have done here is that this is my first name, is my variable name. Then the value I am storing inside it is a type of string. And the reason is that it is surrounded inside a quotation mark. So we need to take note of that. Let's say we have language is equals to Python. Then we can also have bank is equals to money. What I have done here is that this is my language, is my variable name. Then, then the value I am storing inside it is this Python. Then lastly, I have a variable name called bank. Then the value I am storing inside it is money. So we can proceed to print out the value by using the print function by saying print first name. Then I can come here and say print my language, then lastly I can print out my bank variable like this. So let me save up my file, then I run it. So see our output. Good. As you can see, we have our output here. We have Akim, also we have Python, then we have money here as our output. So that is the basic thing we need to understand when working with variables. Then we can also proceed by saying, let's say we want to add two numbers together. I can make a comment here by saying adding two numbers together. Okay, let's say adding two numbers. Let's say I have my first number is equals to integer type. Then I'm going to use my input function. I can simply say enter the first number. Then I can have my second variable. I can say second number is equals to integer type. Then I'm going to use input function. Then I'm going to pass my prompt here by saying enter the second number like that. Then I can store I can store the results inside my variable. Let's say I have my variable called results is equals to first number plus my second number. Then lastly, I can print out my results. I'm going to explain what I have actually done here so we can understand better. Now, we want to add two numbers together. I have my variable name called first number. Then I have a type of integer. And the reason is that we are dealing with numbers, a type of number. So we want to add two numbers together. Then we also have this input function. This input function is going to accept whatever the value the user is going to give us at our terminal. So that is what this input function does. Then we are passing the prompt of what we're going to be displaying at our console. So that is exactly what I am doing here. Then same thing as our second number. This is our variable name. I am storing the second number that the user is going to give me inside this variable name. Then I have my result variable here. I am going to store the first number and the second number inside this my results. Then I'm going to print it out. Let me fix this my variable. Good. So that is actually what I have done here. So let me run my Python file to see. Good, we have enter the first number. Let me enter 20. Enter the second number. Let me enter 40. Good, we have 60 here as our output. So we are adding the two numbers together. So let me proceed and give us some basic examples on variables and data types. Let's say I want to display some of our names and all that. I can simply do that by saying first name is equals to input enter your first name. Then I can simply say last name is equals to input, enter your last name. Then I can print out our full name by simply saying print my name. Okay, I can say my first name. My first name is comma. We have our first name, and this should be inside the quotes. And my last name is comma. I'm going to put my last name here. I'm going to explain what I have done here. We want to display our name. Let me have a comment here by saying displaying our full name. So this is the comment I just give it for us to actually know what we are doing. So I have my first name here, which is my variable name. Then I am using the input function to allow the user to type in something at our terminal. So when we actually run our Python file here, then I have my last name here as my variable name. Then the same thing, I'm asking the user to pass in their last name. Then I am printing out whatever the value they are giving us, whatever their name they are giving us. So I am saying print my first name is, this is a type of string, and the reason is that it is surrounded inside a quotation mark. Then I am passing the value of whatever the user is giving me here. I am placing it here. So that is essentially what I am doing. Then I have my quotation here, which says, and my last name is, which is a type of string, is what is our last name. Whatever the value of the user is giving us here, that is what we are using to represent the value here. Let me actually run our file. I can comment this one out. Let me comment all this so we can actually see what we are doing. I think I can comment. Okay, let me comment all this as well. Good. So I can run my Python file. Okay, I have saved my Python file. So let me run to see what we're going to have. Let me close my terminal here, then I run it again. Good. We have enter your first name. Let me enter my name, Akim. Enter your last name. Let me enter Alimi. Good. We have my first name is Akim and my last name is Alimi. So that is essentially what we have done here. We are displaying our full name based on what the users has given us. So that is all what we are going to be discussing about the variables and data types in Python. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.